Hi everybody, welcome back to another Disney Drop Day. Today is Iron Man and the Avengers logo. Very exciting for a comic person like myself, but I know there's a lot of huge fans of both Iron Man and the Avengers because of the movies. So what have we learned and what can we look at? Let's get to it. Okay, thanks for coming back. Really appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully these videos are helpful. Let's talk first about Iron Man. I've heard a lot of people who are really excited about that one, and it looks spectacular. If it follows Homer and Elsa, which I think it will, they initially, if you don't get it on drop, obviously we're trying to get it on drop, a lot of people are, but they get in the market around 200, maybe even less. Elsa, if you recall, was a little bit less, 180 I think. And then they have since moved to, Homer's at around 400, but it took a while. It took a couple days for Homer to get to 400, and Elsa is at 300. So just keep those numbers in your back of your head. If you don't get it on the drop and, there's some crazy numbers right out of the gate, maybe they'll settle down a little bit and end up being around this, $300, $400 range, maybe even less initially. All right, let's move to the Avengers logo. The Avengers logo, I think, which has the same amount of minted as like the pizza truck, the skateboard, and the hat, the Mickey Mouse hat. They start out around 300, 350, and then move and are around, well, at least the truck is at 380, and the skateboard is at 420. The hat has gone to the moon. It's over 1,000 last I looked. And so we knew one was going to kind of break out. And apparently that's the one, obviously the iconic Disney Mickey Mouse hat. It makes sense. The logo, I think, is not going to be like the hat. It is, obviously, I could be wrong. I've been wrong, as you've noted before in these videos. But I think it will be more like the pizza truck and skateboard, although maybe a little bit more. So I still think it's in the 300 to 400 range initially, and then might move to the 400, 500 range, which would be a little bit more than the skateboard and pizza truck. Okay, so three more things I want to talk about, and just kind of what are they learned. So Wally, it went out the door, and I think initially it was selling for, I think like 300 and 350, and then it moved up. I thought I saw around 400, and then it's pulled back to 280. So that just, I think, reminds us that they're not all going to go to the moon, and so you still want to take your time. I actually got one on the drop. It bugged out. It was very weird. I thought I bought it, but then it takes your gems and it kicks you out. That's definitely going to have to fix some of those. I think at least personally, I accept that because I know the app and everything is changing so quickly, the amount of load that the app is on. But really, it's not acceptable. It's so goofy. The most important transactions on the app are when you exchange gems, which is basically money for something. You want to make sure that process is super, super simple, never bugs out, especially as new people come in. It can be very confusing, frustrating, scary. Two more things. So tomorrow is Star Wars. The things to note are that C-3PO is at 12,333 and R2-D2 is at 8,333. The only things to note there is R2-D2 is a little bit more than the hat and the logo, Avengers logo, skateboard. So that's good. And then the C-3PO is the same as the other commons, Elsa, etc. I was afraid they were going to make them like rares or something like that, and they would be, really, really scarce, and that would have been good, I guess, if you got one, because the price would have probably gone through the roof, and the price might go through the roof anyways. But something to note is that, I think the demand for Homer is still relatively high. There's still, once it starts getting really expensive, $200, $300, $400, $500, the higher mint numbers, there's just not as many people who are willing to pay for that. They want to see if it comes down, and so it's going to keep the price from going over at least with what I think, initially I think it'll keep the price from going over 1,000 on those. Now watch it, I'll be wrong. So in other words, to wrap that up on the Star Wars, I really feel like even if they double, because Elsa's, even if it doubles Elsa, it would be at 600. So CCP will go to 600 maximum. So I just put these brackets around it to try and help you so that you're like, oh no, C-3PO is going to go to $5,000 right away. I just don't think so. That's why I do these numbers, to help myself, so it can help me budget, understand. Maybe if I can see something, I know or have a sense of where it could go. So if I wanted to flip it, I understand that. Anyway, okay. Last thing I want to talk about is I tweeted this yesterday too, but Todd's price, which I track, has fallen. Normally at 1,700, it, when I looked this morning, was at 1,400. So it's significantly fallen. There's a number of them I saw that were at 1,400. If you wanted to grab one, this might be the best price you're going to get for a while. And of course, everything has fallen. The best bang for your buck, if you are into the Master Collector program, which I think is going to be interesting, I'll talk about that in a second too, is the Eternals. The Eternals, you can get almost the entire set, all 10 of them, I think, for like 550 or something crazy. So if you had some extra gems, I don't know who has extra gems at this point, but if you have extra gems, the Eternals, the next best set is the USPS stamps, and the next one would be the Mormacornos, I can't even pronounce that, the Unicorns, Season 1. So all those are really, really cheap right now. So if you had extra money, maybe you want to throw it at those. And the last thing I'll talk about is finally the MCP program. I am trying to put together a formula, some numbers or whatever, but as you can see, we did get an influx of users here. It's very, very difficult to get these drops. It's only gonna, exponentially get worse. So they said they had 1,000 users logged in. If you saw my other video 2 days ago, 100,000 users, excuse me, and that was double what they've seen before. Well, really, even 100,000 concurrent users is nothing compared to what we potentially could have. I mean, you can easily see 1 million concurrent users, which means that your chance for a drop is really, really, really going to be rough. So, to have a couple of those extra Master Collector program points to throw at something you really, really want, maybe that helps you. But if you know something's going to be huge, for example, let's say, Darth Vader, I always use Darth Vader, and you throw your points at it, and you don't even care about Darth Vader, it blows up, you use your points, you buy it at 60, it blows up to 1,000 like the hat, you get your 950 gems, and what does that allow you to do? Maybe it does allow you to buy some of the stuff you wanted to buy. So those Master Collector program points are going to be important. I'm still going to try to put some numbers around it to help us understand it. Like, for example, my initial numbers I showed, I think the maximum you could get is still I think it's like 800 points, I think I estimated. And that's if you had everything and then you had dupes of everything, something crazy. I could be wrong. Anyways, I'll do more work on that, come back probably maybe next week and show you some of those numbers. I do have one more video planned for tomorrow to talk about Star Wars. How do we plan for that? What do we think the prices might be? And then, of course, the big Disney drop. I know we have DCon coming. It never stops. I thank you guys for watching. Take care.